Welcome to Brag Radio, which is all about being rich and generous. Every week, your host Kandas and best-selling author Larry Goins will show you how to be rich and generous by investing in real estate. Broadcasting around the world on the Brag Radio Network from the flagship station WBT in beautiful uptown Charlotte, here are your hosts, the rock stars of real estate, Kandas and Larry.
What's happening?
Grab the mic.
That's funny. It was like 2 or 3 feet away from me.
Come on, get with it. Get with the program here, buddy.
What's happening?
How are you?
Good to see you.
Like you don't see me every other day of the week.
It's good to be here. Not only that, but we call each other and talk to each other on the phone the whole way here.
We do. Trying to figure out what we're going to tell people.
What do you mean try to figure out? I know what I'm going to tell people.
You do not
I'm
know.
just letting you know what I'm going to tell people.
That is not. They know that is not how this works. If they have been around us for any period of time, they know that's not how this works.
That's funny. That's too funny right there. So, welcome to Brag Radio, investing in to be rich and generous.
We use real estate. That's what we teach about. That's
right. We're talking about real estate investing in. You can be an active investor or you can be a passive investor. It's like you never heard that before, right?
It's just, it catches me off guard. It still does. I hear it all the time, but it still does. That's
funny. That's too funny right there. So, we're going to talk about real estate today.
What are you doing? Why do you seem preoccupied?
I'm opening up my notes that I have been working on feverishly all day to prepare for this, right?
Feverishly.
So I've had a lot of people ask, I know because you get the emails and calls and you tell me. So we have had a lot of people ask, what's the quickest way I can close what do I need to do to close my first deal? I just need to do a deal. I need to do a deal. I've been to seminars. I've gotten books. I watch YouTube videos, listen to podcasting and all kind of stuff. And I just need to do a deal. So what we want to do is we want to share 5 simple steps you need to do to close a deal in the next 45 days or less. Okay.
Now, it doesn't mean we're going to take the steps for you at all. We're going to give them to you, but then you have to step them.
You have to step them.
You have to take action and take the steps.
That's funny. Yes, you do.
You got to step them.
So, first off, grab a pen, okay?
No, if you're driving, you guys can send an email into info@bragradio.com, and I can send you the show notes from today. So don't risk your life to take the 5 steps. It's okay.
Right. But we're going to go over 5 steps, but if you want us to help you implement those, then call Kandas, right?
Sure.
877-LARRY-GO. We can talk to you about that. I am the one
answering the phone now. That's so silly, but yes, I am the one answering the phone.
Call Kandas right now. 877-LARRY-GO. And you can also follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Larry H. Goins, Goins. And because we do a lot of updates and a lot of information and training and education and announcements on our Facebook, because we have like 20-some thousand people following us on Facebook.
Well, not only that, but the email list itself, like you did, what we're getting ready to talk about with the Brag listeners today, you did a webinar to our people on this week.
I did. And, I've had a lot of people, not only on the Brag show, but other people on our email list, and people come up to me at random events and places and say, I just need to do a deal in the next 30 days or 45 days. So I did kind of stretch it out to 45 days because some people are slow starters.
So
right?
You gave an extra 15 days?
Yeah.
All right.
So what we want to do is we want to go over that this week, 5 steps. So we're going to have some show notes that you'll be able to see, but by listening to the replay, and you can listen to the replay at bragradio.com.
Right.
Or you can shoot Kandas an email.
Right.
info@bragradio.com.
I answer that too.
Shoot Kandas an email.
Chad, you're so full of life over there. Your antics.
That's antics.
Shenanigans.
I knew that was coming.
That's a word commonly thrown around our office. Your shenanigans.
Okay, so the very first thing you need to do to be able to do a deal in the next 45 days or less is you got to know how to analyze a deal.
First
okay?
things first.
First thing, you got to know how to analyze a deal. What is a deal? Until you know value, nothing else matters. You've got to know value, you got to understand it, and you got to be able to analyze a deal. For example, let's say you're going to buy a house and you're going to wholesale it, day trade the deal. In other words, you want to buy it and sell it the same day, right? You want to buy it at 10 o'clock and sell it at 10:30 and make a quick $10,000-ish, right?
Ish, yep.
5 to 15 or something, somewhere in between, right?
I think anybody would be happy with that payday.
Yeah, that would be a good first deal, right?
It'd be a great one.
So first thing you need to know is how to analyze that deal so you can wholesale that deal. So really, it's very, very simple. I'm going to tell you exactly what you do and how you do it, okay? But before we do that, I want to make sure that you understand it's very, very important that your first deal be a home run, okay? It's very important that your first deal be a home run. I hear a lot of people say, I got to get a deal. I got to get a deal. I got to get a deal. No, you got to get a good deal, okay? You've got to get a good deal. Forget about just getting a deal. It's got to be a good deal, because what happens to a lot of people, they get too anxious. They get in a big hurry. They end up offering too much, or they get sold a house. Remember, you buy houses. You don't get sold houses, okay? So they get in a big hurry, and they end up paying too much, and then they lose money, and then they get out of the business, okay? So you've got to get yourself some education, okay? Get educated or get out, okay? That might sound a little harsh, but you're going to have to get educated or you're going to have to get out, all right? Now, things like this, live radio shows like this, podcasts, YouTube videos are great, but it's going to be the surface. There's only so much we can teach you in an hour-long radio show like this. Am I right?
Right.
We can't hold your hand, walk through analyzing that deal where you could send us a deal and we can look at it and help you analyze that one deal, okay? So we've got to keep it kind of general in this kind of medium. Does that make sense, Candace?
It does to me.
I'm sure it does.
It does to me.
So first thing in rules of property analysis, I mentioned, don't get into that. I got to get a deal, send them. Make sure that it's extremely important that your first deal is a home run. And here's the first thing. If you're not embarrassed by your offer, it's too high. If you're not embarrassed by your offer. We did a webinar, like you said, to our list this week. And somebody even asked the question, well, I only have X amount of dollars. And I think it was like $20,000 or $30,000. I only have $30,000. What happens if I'm making a lot of offers and 4 or 5 of them get accepted? Well, my response was, then you offered too much. Because if you get that many offers accepted, then the problem is you're going to pay in too much, right? Right. You're going to pay too much. So that doesn't happen.
I would expect to get a counter. And you could even tell the realtor that when you're talking to him.
Right. You're going to expect to get a counter offer. There's no question about that.
Yeah, that would be what I wanted to get.
Right. So, number one, you've got to learn how to analyze a deal. It's very, very simple. You take ARV, what is that? After repaired value, times 0.7, okay? 70%. And then you have to subtract out everything like closing cost, attorney fee, taxes and insurance, your prorated share of taxes, and any insurance that you're going to have or any funding. You have to subtract out the repairs, and you have to subtract out what you want to make. Like if you want to make $10,000, you got to lower it by $10,000. I had somebody actually told me one time, well, I got to add in what I want to make. No, if you add it in, you're not going to make any money, right?
Right.
So ARV, after repaired value, let's say it's 100 times 0.7 minus repairs, okay? Now you're down to 60,000 minus taxes, insurance, and attorney and closing costs. Let's say you're down to 55. If you want to make 10, you can offer 45, okay? You can pay 45 for it. Now, that's not going to be your first offer, but you're going to pay
That's your best offer.
45. That's your best.
Right.
If I was going to pay 45 for something, my first offer would be in the high 30s or low 40s. So that's the very first thing you got to do to be able to do your deal in the next 45 days or less. We got 4 more of them coming up, right?
4 more in 3 segments.
We'll get her done. We'll get her done.
All right, guys, give a call to 877-LARRY-GO. Obviously, I can't answer your call right now, but 877-LARRY-GO, and I'll get back to you with that investor's kit. Give a call to, I hear you, give a call to get registered for the next 3-day event coming up at the end of the month. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Bragg Radio. This is Kandas. Larry's a little busy right now.
What's happening? How you doing?
Air guitar. It always gets him in the breaks.
Oh, I love Van Halen. My favorite band.
It doesn't really matter. I don't think the song really matters, or the band for that matter. If you just
does.
play air guitar, air keyboard, you get Chad involved with his air triangle. Y'all, and then look at his, he'll bite his lip, and then you know it's on right there.
That's funny.
The air triangle. Never seen anybody so passionate about playing an air triangle before.
That's hilarious.
Hilarious.
As
So we
my
got
son
number
would
1
say.
down. You've got a little bit of time to do 4 more steps.
So if you're just tuning in, 5 steps to do your first deal in 45 days or less. Number 1 was analyzing deals. You got to be able to analyze a deal. ARV times 0.7 minus repairs and closing costs minus what you want to make. Boom, that's how much you can pay.
It's your best offer.
That is the most you can pay. It's not your first offer, but that's the most you can pay. Number 2 is going to be lining up your money. Okay? Yes, you can do deals with no money down in real estate, but you need money, but it doesn't have to be your money, right?
That's
Now,
right.
there are ways to do deals without money. You can do, number 1, assignments. When you're dealing with a for sale by owner, an individual, what you can do is you can make your offer to an individual and whatever name you're buying it in, let's say, XYZ Investments LLC, and then the words and or assigns. And or assigns. So that way you can assign the contract, and if you put up a $100 deposit, and let's say you're buying it for $50 and you want to sell it for $60, wholesale it, day trade it. If you call Kandas or email her, she'll give you a copy of our day trading book. It's available wherever books are sold, but you can get a free copy.
Included in the investor's kit, right?
Yeah, it's included in the investor's kit you can get by reaching out to her, 877-LARRY-GO. But you can do assignments and not have put up any more except for the $100 deposit, okay? $100 deposit. So that's assignments. The next thing you can do is use options. An option gives you the right, but not the obligation to buy something. When you have a contract, you have an obligation, okay? Unless all of the stipulations are not met in the contract. But an option gives you the right. In other words, let's say if I got an option to buy a property for $40,000 and I gave them a $100 option fee, I would have the right to buy it for $40,000 for X number of days, but I wouldn't have to buy it. If I did not buy it, the option simply expires and I lost my $100, okay? It's not a deposit. I'm not going to get the money back, okay? Does
Everybody clear.
Does that make sense? Okay, then you could use, there's several other, it's a little more sophisticated ways to do it, but you can use a trust and you can assign the beneficial interest of a trust. And it's really only one closing where you get a property under contract in the name of a trust and you are the beneficiary, and then you find a buyer for it and then you sell the beneficial interest. It's one real estate closing and one personal property sale. You could do the same thing with creating an LLC, a corporation or LLC, and then you could sell the shares. You create a new corporation or LLC. You get that property under contract for, say, $40,000. You find a buyer for $50,000. Now all you have to do is sell your shares in the LLC for $10,000, okay? And you can also do what's called a simultaneous closing. You use your buyer's money to pay for your seller, okay? Use your buyer's money to pay your seller. Now, those are ways you can do deals with no money out of pocket, okay? With no money out of pocket. Now, if you need money, there's you can use private money. What is private money? Private money are individuals who have money that want to loan it out and make a good return on their money. There's a lot of people out there with money sitting on the sidelines. Maybe their 401ks turned into a 101k. Maybe they're tired of getting beat up in the stock market, okay? And they just want to earn a good return secured by real estate. You can do that as a private money lender. Go to your local RIA group, Real Estate Investors Association group. There's one here in Charlotte, Metrolina, RIA, REIA.org, O-R-G, I believe it is.
Yep,
and,
it is.
And you can, you can come to the meeting and you can just have little cards or flyers made up that say, hey, I want to loan out money to get a good return. If you're loaning out money, you can earn anywhere from 8, 9, 10, maybe 11 or 12% return on your money, short-term funding these deals, okay? How about cash partners? You find somebody who wants to put up the cash and then you split the deal. You say, hey, I've got a house under contract for 40. I've got a buyer lined up for 50. I'm getting ready to make 10 grand. If you put up the money, I'll give you half the profits or 25% of the profits or 10% of the profits. Whatever you negotiate and work out. Everything is negotiable, right?
Until they say no or until it's challenged.
That's funny. So what about credit partners? You could find somebody to partner with you and they use their credit. Maybe they don't have the money, but they have credit. Maybe they have a line of credit. Maybe they have a home equity line. Maybe they have credit cards that they could put it on. Doesn't matter. What about your IRA? Many people don't know this, Kandas, unless they're really in the real estate circles, but you can actually use your IRA to invest in real estate, whether it's active or passive or short or long term, right?
Right.
You can. And there's what's called self-directed IRA custodians. Now, Schwab is not going to do this. Fidelity or Wells Fargo, none of the mainstream banks or financial institutions are going to do this. But you can use what's called a self-directed custodian, and they allow you to make what's called alternative investments, where you can invest in real estate, you can invest in collectibles, as well as notes. You could fund deals, you could be a lender, and you could buy real estate. You could even buy real estate and borrow the money or partner with other people as well. So you could use your IRA or you could use someone else's IRA. There's other people out there that have money that they want to earn a return on their money. Does that make sense?
It does to me. You didn't mention transactional funding.
I'm not there yet. It's next on my list.
I'm ahead.
So then you have what's called transactional funding.
Look at that. Look at that.
So transactional funding is, let's say you've got a buyer lined up to buy your house from you for the same day or the next couple of days. Then what you can do is you can use transactional funding. They'll put up the money to fund your $40,000 so you can turn around and sell it for $50,000. Does that make sense?
Yeah, very short term.
Yeah.
It's a lot shorter term than
for the
private
day.
money. Yeah.
It's like for a day or for a week or something. So we've got analyzing and we've got funding your deal.
Lining up
the
funds.
next thing you have to do, that's 2 of the 5 steps. The third step is marketing, okay? Marketing. I'm going to jump in here and share a few things with you on marketing before we have to take a break. But marketing is basically anything that makes the phone ring. You've got to be able to make the phone ring and get people to respond to your marketing and advertising. One of the things we use are what's called bandit signs, and we get ours at banditsigns.com. You can have signs out that say, I buy houses, Larry buys houses. In fact, that's one of our bandit signs, LarryBuysHouses.com. We also own GabbyBuysHouses.com. I think you own CandasBuysHouses.com, don't you?
Yep.
So when I suggested it was available and you get it, you're welcome. Anyway, so you need to have a sign on your vehicle, okay? You can get vinyl letters at any place online, and there's just so many different ways. And you can do direct mail. You can have business cards. You can sign up for Facebook groups. There's just so many different ways that you can market and advertise. You ever see these signs on the side of the road that say investor seeks apprentice, real estate investor seeks apprentice? All they're doing is looking for somebody else to go put out these signs for them. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing, looking for somebody else to go do it for them. Okay, so you could do that. It's another good way to get started. Heck, you could do it for us. Okay, we'll work with you doing that. And we know what we're doing, and we can close a deal and teach you and show you what to do and how to do it. So call and get your free investor kit. What all is in that thing, Kandas?
There is the real estate day trading book, the HUD book. There is information on wholesaling. There's information on lease options, seller financing. There's some more information on HUD. There's 36 minutes to success. There's all kinds of stuff about IRAs and using self-directed IRAs and things like that. You guys just give me a call, 877-LARRY-GO, 877-LARRY-GO. We'll get you registered for everything that we've got coming up. 3-day events, office tours. We'll work it out. Give us a call. We'll be right back. Back again, Bragg Radio. This is Kandas, investing in real estate to be rich and generous. Hopefully you were able to give a call to 877-LARRY-GO. If you guys need the show notes, send an email in to info@braggradio.com. You can also check out all other Bragg archive shows on braggradio.com. Oh, and
Awesome.
like I said,
We're back.
Hey, are we going to talk about the 3-day event or no?
I think you just did.
Well, not a
Go
lot,
ahead.
though. So we've got a 3-day event coming up at the end of the month. You guys can get registered for, in addition to just office tours and getting the investor's kit when you call. But the 3-day event is coming up at the end of the month, and we're running low on seats. So if you are wanting to go, you need to go ahead and get those seats registered at LarryGoinsLive.com.
And we have events all over the country. In fact, we have people, even though this radio show is live in Charlotte, North Carolina, we have a whole, U.S. presence, and we travel around and I travel and speak and teach at different events. I'm going to Dallas, Texas. I'm going to Orlando. I'm going here. In fact, we just had an event in Dallas, Texas, and we had some people from the Bragg Radio from right here as well as other states
Right.
that flew in just to come to our 3 days. So this 3-day coming up happens to be in Charlotte, our hometown, right?
Right. Yep.
Uptown Charlotte, we're from, right? Not downtown. I've learned my lesson about that. Uptown Charlotte. I guess Uptown is much better or something. I don't know.
Who knows? It doesn't matter to me. I say whatever pops into my head. Sometimes I just say Charlotte. Nobody really asks what part.
So at the 3-day, it's going to be 3 full days taught by myself. And we're going to go over wholesaling. We're going to go over seller financing, lease options, HUD houses. We're going to go over negotiating, every way to find a deal, every way to fund a deal, every way to close on a deal. We're going to go through marketing, automating, passive income, active income. We're going to go over asset protection, entity structuring, tax planning, estate planning, and we're going to go over how to recruit, train, motivate, and manage virtual assistants. Did I miss anything? I'm just doing it off the top of my head.
Working with realtors, building a buyer's list.
Yeah. Marketing, every way to find a deal, close a deal, buy a deal, sell a deal, all that good stuff. So there you go. Call Kandas at 877-LARRY-GO. 877-LARRY-GO. She'll get you registered for that. Or shoot her an email to info@braggradio.com. And we're talking about, what is it we're talking about?
5 simple steps to do your first deal in the next 45 days.
5 steps to do your
First
deal.
or next deal.
Well, yeah, I've been saying first.
You've been saying first, but if somebody, I was thinking about it, and if somebody has taken a lot longer to get a deal done, we do it quickly. We do it in about 30-35 days. So we can shorten the process for people. What is whispering over there? What is happening?
I'm asking what segment this is, so I know how much time I got.
You got no time. You got
This
no
is the third
time.
segment. Thank you, Chad. He's paying attention now.
He was on his phone. Anyway. So, I say your first
I got no
or your,
sliders to push, no knobs to turn right now.
I say your first or your next deal because some people may just want to learn how to shorten that curve.
Right. So we're talking about the 5 steps to do your next deal, first or next deal in 45 days or less, analyzing a deal, funding your deal, and then marketing. And we talked about several ways to market before the break. And you can also go to listed properties like listed properties on the MLS. You got HUDHomestore.com. You've got Realtor.com, and you also have Zillow.com. You want to go to Zillow, okay? You want to go to Zillow, and you want to set up an account, all right? You're going to go to Zillow, you're going to set up an account, and then you want to create a search. Like, for example, our searches are like anything $100,000 or less.
Are we still in marketing?
No, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's marketing to find a deal.
Marketing to find a deal. Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
I got you. I just want to make sure we're on the same
There's off-market properties and then there's listed properties. Okay?
Right.
So really, it's marketing, but it's finding a deal. Okay. So anyway, so back where I was.
Sorry.
So go to Zillow, set up an account. It's free. Create a search. Like I like to look for everything 100,000 or less, at least 3 bedrooms. All right. And at least 1,000 square feet. That's what I look for. But I've actually searched the entire state of North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. That's where we're buying right now, okay? All 3 of those states. So that's what you're going to look for. And then whenever I pull that search result, I like to save them in order for, like, sort them. I like to either, number one, sort it by cheapest. So I look for a house that looks like a $50,000 house that it's listed for $25,000 or $30,000.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And I also sometimes
it does to me because I've been on there. But once you guys log into Zillow and you start checking around, you'll see the filter buttons and how to get these filters put in. You just might have to refer back to the show for what he does.
Right. Absolutely. So then what you do is another way to sort them is by square footage, the highest square footage to the lowest. I like to do this because I can find large houses that are for sale at a lower price, okay? Large houses that are for sale at a lower price. And it tends to be more value because a lot of times they price houses, where people say, well, how much per square foot is it? If it's a larger house, you can get more square footage for your money. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
More square footage for your money, yes.
Okay, just seeing if you're paying attention.
I'm having to multitask over here. We got stuff happening.
I can tell, apparently. Even on the weekends.
It never stops. It never stops.
It does never stop. So anyway, you can find off-market properties and listed properties.
Right.
HUD Home Store, Zillow.com, Realtor.com, and even Craigslist. You want to look on Craigslist as well. Why are you laughing at me?
I'm not laughing at you. I'm just smiling.
Oh, okay. Well, what did I do? Did I do something wrong?
No.
Okay. All right. So
Not
anyway,
yet.
apparently. So anyway, Craigslist is another good way. Not only can you look for ads on Craigslist with certain keywords like handyman special, fixer-upper, cheap. You just stopped writing, didn't you? Because you know what's coming. Handyman special,
I know you want to go a lot quicker than what...
cheap, cash, divorce, transfer, motivated, reduced, must sell, abandoned, foreclosure, REO, and even seller addendum required. That's a few key
And he's
words.
not reading that, guys. He's not reading it.
They will be in the show notes. I'm sure Kandas will back up and listen to this.
I'm going to have to. There's no point in trying to write that, man.
That's funny. So, there's certain keywords, but also you need to run your own ads as well. I buy houses, any condition, anywhere, cash, right? It's a very short ad. Just, put a picture in there. I buy houses, any condition, anywhere, cash. Right? Cash talks.
Yeah, it does.
Absolutely.
That's what we want is cash buyers.
So there's 5 quick ways, okay, analyzing, funding, and then marketing to get your deals, right?
Yeah, that's 3.
That's 3. And then we have 2 more left for the next segment. And those 2 are going to be coming up right here in just a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you what the 4th one is. The 4th one is make offers. Guys, making offers is absolutely the most important things. People say the 3 most important things in real estate are location, location, location. That's wrong. I need a sound effect here.
That we do not need to give him access to sound effects, people, okay? That we don't need to make that happen.
Chad already said that I couldn't get sound effects in this studio.
We don't have a plug-in for the board.
We need to upgrade. So anyway, it's make offers, make offers, make offers. That is the 3 most important things in real estate. make offers, make offers, make offers. And when we come back from the break, I'm going to tell you all the different ways you can make offers and do deals. But during the break, I want you to call Kandas. Right, Kandas?
Yes, you can call 877-LARRY-GO. And right now, you're going to have to leave a message because I'm not going to be able to answer the phone while we're doing the show. But if you call anytime after that, I should be able to answer. And we will get you squared away with the Investors Kit, an office tour to come by and see us. Check out the office, the 3-day event coming up at the end of the month. If you have any questions on anything that Larry talks about, obviously the show notes are there, but you could just ask me questions on the phone as well. He does that to me every time. We'll be right back. 877-LARRY-GO. 877-LARRY-GO.
That's okay. I got it, Kandas. You go ahead. Take your time.
I'm trying to get caught up on the
You
notes.
go ahead. Take your time. I got it. Oh, you're trying to write down handyman special, fixer up, sheet cast,
I
divorce,
didn't.
transfer,
I'm trying
motivated.
to make sure because I'm sure that you're going to tell them with the last segment, and you were telling them about making offers. You have a phrase that kind of goes along with that, and it is the one you have 0 chance of getting a deal if you don't make an offer.
Right.
So I went ahead and had that written down, and then I had to get caught up
because
on
you knew I was going to say it.
Yeah.
So you're ahead of me.
And I had to get, well, sometimes it's good to be a little bit ahead of you. Sometimes. Sometimes you get too far ahead and you switch directions like half a mile back. And then
That's true.
Then that causes a problem too.
That's why it says Squirrel Wrangler on your door.
It does.
At the office.
It does, in case you get
Well, what's your official title? It's something in Squirrel
Dreamweaver.
Dreamweaver and Squirrel
Wrangler. Yep.
That's funny. I love it. So, making offers. That is number 4. The 4th thing, you gotta make offers. You gotta learn how to analyze first. You need to line up your money first or determine if you're gonna make offers on the types of properties where you don't need money. Then you can forget number 2, funding. Number 3 is marketing. You gotta make the phone ring or you gotta make offers on MLS properties, okay? So, then you got to make offers. Make offers, make offers, make offers. That's the 3 most important things. So,
4 most important things. Or no, the 3 most important things of number 4.
Which is number 4. So, I have a lot. Students call me up every once in a while, and they'll say, Larry, this real estate stuff just doesn't work. I got your book, or I got your investor's kit, or, I got a home study course or whatever, and this just doesn't work. The very first question I ask them, how many offers did you make? And they say something like, well, I went to Zillow, and I started looking at houses on streets that I'd like to live on, and I called 2 realtors. And
not a serious student, I'll tell you that.
Right.
Lynn's over here. Who would say that?
So
somebody playing around on Zillow.
Really? So set you up an account. Remember, it's set up an account, Lynn. So she's doing real estate right now, Saturday afternoon.
She's trying.
Get her done. You need to come to a 3-day. We have one coming up in Charlotte.
We do. Yeah.
Call Kandas or go to LarryGoinsLive.com. So anyway, I have a lot of people say that, hey, this stuff doesn't work. The very first question I ask them, how many offers did you make? Well, I called a realtor. I looked for some houses. Okay, let me ask you another question. How many offers did you make? Well, I ordered my business cards, and I called an attorney about getting an LLC set up. And, I answered a couple Craigslist ads, and I've been searching on Craigslist, and I even went on eBay and looked around a little bit. Okay, let me ask you another question. Approximately, how many offers did you make? So the answer is always none. I guarantee you, if you made no offers, you have 0 chance of buying a house and making any money. Guarantee you. You got to make offers.
It's a done deal. Can't do it.
You got to make offers. You have to. There is no other way to do it. Because people say, are you okay over there, Chad?
He's tangled up. Y'all remember when I used to get tangled in the course?
I'm a little nervous about him being our producer. That's hilarious.
He's got nothing to say with that. He's got nothing on that.
Now he's got it plugged back in.
I'm here.
You are now. We gave you enough time, right?
I used to get tripped up with these headphone cords all the time. Wrap around my chair, my feet.
That
was before I knew what I was doing.
That's hilarious. I wonder when WBT could get some wireless headphones. Do you think that's in the near future?
Probably not.
He just let it go and plugged it back in. It's still all tangled. Oh,
we did get some new chairs in here, though, after Kandas fell. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Maybe.
Hey, the powers that be, we love our show. Please don't take us off the air. We love it. The people love it.
Our 5 loyal listeners would be very upset.
That's hilarious. So you got to make offers. The bottom line is you have to make offers. And number 5 of the 5 most important things you got to do a deal in the next 45 days or less is you got to know how to sell the property fast. You got to be able to sell it fast. Here's the way we sell our properties. By the way, we wholesale the vast majority of He's still tangled up.
He got it.
I'm okay now. So the way we sell our properties very, very fast, we put out bandit signs. The bandit signs say foreclosure, and they have a phone number, and we handwrite the price in and put cash. We put out about 20 or 25 or more bandit signs around the house.
I would say 25, to 30.
Around the house and around the neighborhood, in front of Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, convenience stores, and that sort of thing. And we put those signs out, and then the people have to call. They have an arrow on them. It says foreclosure, and it has an arrow, and it has a price. And let's say the price is...
People get so mad sometimes about our signs.
Well, they don't really get mad. They just get a little frustrated.
I would say some people have been mad. I would say, I've listened to some of these voicemails.
So it works.
They come in, they're like, where the hell is this house? I've been driving around for 10 minutes.
I saw 2 signs on the same street corner, and one was pointed north and one was pointed east. Where is this house?
They do.
I've been driving around for 2 hours. So it works.
Basically, it does work.
Works.
They've got to call.
They have to call.
That's what you need them to do.
Because we don't put a sign in the front yard.
No.
Because, hey, listen, if we're going to buy it and sell it the same day, we don't even own it yet.
And
right?
You can't put a sign in the yard of a house you don't own.
Especially if it's on the MLS, okay?
Especially. You will get in trouble.
Especially. Don't do it. Not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent. Not going to do it.
Don't even think about it.
Exactly. So you've got to put out about 20 to 30 of these signs. They say foreclosure. They have an arrow. We get them at banditsigns.com. And all you got to do is go to banditsigns.com or call them and say, hey, I want the Larry Goins foreclosure sign. They'll know exactly what you're talking about, okay? Just make sure you tell them the number that you want to put on it, or they're going to send you signs with my number on it, all right? That's okay if you want me to sell your house. I'll do it for half the profit, right?
Sure. Yeah, we'll do it.
Exactly. So you got to sell the house. So the one thing you can do is put the bandit signs out. The next thing you can do is put an ad on Craigslist. Just don't put the address in, okay? Put pictures of the house. If it's on the MLS, you're not going to use the same pictures from the internet that the realtor used, okay? Take different pictures from a different angle. You don't want the agent calling you up and giving you a hard time about trying to sell a house you don't own yet, okay? So you want to be sure that you take different pictures from a different angle, okay? And and the next thing you're going to do is ads on Craigslist, and you're going to put the signs out. And if it's not listed on the MLS, you're going to put it on Zillow. Zillow.com, you can run your own ad. There's more people go to Zillow.com than Realtor.com, okay? Because Zillow advertises a lot more to get traffic to their website. You can put it on Zillow, you can put it on Trulia, you can put it on Craigslist, you can put it on Oodle.com, you can put it on all the different websites out there for properties. You can even put it on eBay. We've sold houses on eBay, many of them. There's a lot of people looking on eBay to try to find real estate deals.
Right.
Did you know that?
Right.
So there's a ton of places that you can go to market and advertise your properties. But I'm telling you, the bandit signs work the best.
They do for
the
us,
bandit
for sure.
signs work the best.
From experience.
So that is the 5 different ways that you can do deals. If you want my team and I to work with you personally, ask Kandas about it. She can tell you all about that. Just give her a call and 877-LARRY-GO and get your free investor's kit. And what else, Kandas?
You can schedule an office tour. Come by and pick up the physical version of the investor's kit. If you can't come by the office, you're going to get the digital kit. Then we've got the 3-day coming up. I've got it. The 3-day at the end of this month.
That was Chad. Chad's over here. 3-day. I'm like, is this segment 3? What are you talking? I thought we already did segment 3. What's going on?
We've got the
I can't see him behind that huge microphone over there.
The 3-day at the end of the month coming up, too. We've got a few seats left. Make sure you get registered for that. Send an email into info@bragradio.com or give a call to 877-LARRY-GO. We'll see you guys.
Thank you, Kandas. For more information about what Larry and Kandas discussed on today's Brag Radio, leading the world to be rich and generous, go to bragradio.com. You can also call 877-LARRY-GO for a free investor's kit to schedule a tour of the office or get more information on upcoming events. That's 877-527-7946. Tune in again next Saturday as Larry and Kandas teach you the latest strategies and techniques the pros use to make money in real estate. It's Brag Radio, leading the world to be rich and generous on News 1110 99.3 WBT.